Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember how I called 0.14 the best update ever because it was going to make it so that the admins could actually release updates faster? Well, that's really paying off. We have not one, not two, but three major updates rolled into one on the Alpha network right now, and there is a lot to go over. My name is Derailious, welcome back to Skyblock News, and let's launch right into it. So under literally any other circumstances, I would be in-game showing you the content directly, but I can't really do that right now, because the Alpha Network decided to shut down literally the exact moment I woke up. You can all spam L in the comments, I do not care, but it is what happened. So I'm going to be using this document made by NeilKit. Thank you so much, NeilKit. It is 30 pages long. Let's launch into it. Starting off, we have the Abba Phone section. I'm not going to give this one too much mind. All of the names you see on the left essentially allow you to add stuff to the Abba Phone. Tons of new contacts, really cool, and this plays into some stuff we'll see later. The only one that really matters is Tia the Fairy. If you get her Abba Phone contact, you can get this operator chip. What the operator chip allows you to do is do maintenance on relays for the Abba Phone network. If you upgrade these relays, you will get bonus health. That's it. It's really cool, really simple, serves as a mini set of fairy souls. Moving on to the end section, this is where stuff gets crazy. This is where I really believe this update is the best one to come out in years. Dragon Essence Shop. Essentially how it works is if you have Dragon Essence, you can upgrade pretty much anything. We have One Punch, meaning you do more damage to the first strike against Endermen and Endermites. You regain mana and ferocity against Endermen and Endermites and dragons. Really cool perks here. You increase the chance to find a special zealot by a certain percentage. Really nice there. You gain combat wisdom while in the end. I love this one. I want to fully max it already. You increase the crit damage of your Ender Dragon pet by +2. I know people will love this one. Renowned and Spiked Reforges apply an extra 2 bonus attack speed on your gear, and you get a bonus chance to summon a superior dragon if you placed a summoning eye. Really cool, but it only applies once per dragon across players, so if your buddy has it, you don't need to get it by yourself. Now we have the altar area, or salvaging. This is what that altar we were talking about a few videos ago was, and it basically allows you to basically turn all Ender Armor and Dragon Drops into salvage. As you can see, here's the aspect of the dragons, and here's what it can be salvaged into. 10 to 15 superior drag frags, ritual residue, Dragon Claw, Summoning Eye, or a Dragon Horn. Very cool system, very nice change. Now we have the Zealot area. There is a new area in which 65k health Zealots spawn. It is incredibly cool. All of them give 200 combat XP each. Gonna be a major help for mid-game players who are able to do that much damage or who want to get ahead on combat. But regardless, it's really cool, and maybe we'll free up some space in the Dragon's Nest for actual mid-game players to farm, because these guys have a higher than normal chance to drop a Summoning Eye. I know, it is really cool. Moving right along here, we have new shiny block drops, the biggest change being that Endermite nests can be found. On top of this, there are some new items throughout here. I don't know any of them in particular, but they are probably all fairly interesting, and I bet that they just made the entire loot tables entirely different. There are some new crafts. The items on the right and left here are the new Endermite drops. The items on the top are from salvage. You can make a new cloak. You can make a Deep Terror mix-in. This one's really cool because it gives you health and defense in the end in Crimson Isle. The one for the Dragon Fade cloak is not as good. It gives you 1% bonus damage to dragons. I think it's kind of mid, but hey, you know, all the stats on the piece are multiplied by 3x when in the end, so it's going to be very nice. My biggest thing here is I'm happy they're finally adding some mid-game content, at least to the end. It's really needed it. All of these items are really cool. The talisman is nice. It gives you bonus or damage to dragons, and the Dragon Fused Glove actually upgrades the aspect of the dragon, turning it into the aspect of the Draconic, I'm fairly certain, which we'll show you in a little bit. Also, this, uncommon accessory can be upgraded over time with more salvage items and also more of the nest items. Very cool, very interesting item. Aspect of the Draconic is here. It gives you, 260 damage, 150 strength, buffs it back up to basically normal usable levels. I know a lot of people in the mid game will love using this sword now. Really, really cool. There's Ender equipment now. I'm really happy that they added this. It's finally a way to get some sort of Enderman gear or equipment rather, before Combat 24. As you can see, it's not really great, but it multiplies itself by 2x while on the End Island. Really nice stuff. This one, the necklace drops from Enderman, the Ender Cloak drops from the Watcher, the belt drops from the Obsidian Defender, and the gauntlet you can get by mining up those Ender nodes. Moving right along to the Mythic Endermite pet, as you can see, you can use a bunch of the nest fuel things in order to create mixed mite gel. It upgrades an Endermite pet to Mythic rarity, and if I scroll down here, it's actually pretty good. Mite gives you a chance to dig up bonus nest Endermites, and Sacrificer increases the odds of rolling for bonus items in the Draconic Altar by a certain percentage. Really, really cool. Now we get into the stuff that I think is even better, the Lone Adventurer quest. If you, at the start, buy a Void Sword for only 200k, which will be pretty reasonable for a lot of early game players, you get this really solid sword, which gets stronger the more end armor you have on. On top of this, if you further talk to him, you'll be able to get something truly incredible, a Dragon Shortbow. This is the only shortbow in the game between the progression of the Artisanal Shortbow and the Spirit Bow. This is incredible. This is something we've needed, and it's going to help out early game archers a ton. Really nice item both in and outside of dungeons. It's going to be basically the baseline for someone wanting to play archer. I could see this one getting a lot of use. Really, really cool stuff here. Top of this, he basically acts as a dragon specialist. It's generally really cool. And there's also a Summoning Eyes and Dragon Kills leaderboard that's accessible after the quest. I think this is really cool once again, giving you more reason to grind for drags. Excellent, excellent stuff. Now on to the last section, the bit shop. The Pocket Sack in a Sack combines this item in an anvil with any sack to triple its capacity. It's just a cool item. I don't know what to say other than that. It's just cool. Portalizer, we've already talked about this. You can go in an anvil with any travel scroll to transform it into a portal, which can be placed on your private island. There's also a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of Abba cases. Essentially how this works is it gives you magical power per 2 contacts in your phone, but it also adds 2 contact slots. Or you can get one that reduces it to a single ringing, or you can get one that gives you combat wisdom. The only thing is, you can only have 1 case at a time while in your accessory bag, but hey, it's a free accessory. Well, not free, it costs bits, but you know what? I think I'm going to go for the combat wisdom one, but there's also one for fishing, foraging, farming, pretty much everything. Also, Neilkate, you put fishing twice in this, which means this document is completely unusable. Down to the last few things, we have the Diddle Blob. This allows you to get skins, skulls to put on your island as directional or decorational blocks. I don't know why I said directional, it's decorational. And also you can get bonus heavy pearls per day with Matriarch's Perfume. This update's incredible. And then you get pure black and pure white dye. We don't know the prices of these yet. It's probably going to be like 150k each in terms of bits for these. This update's incredible. There's just so much here. Anyway, back to in-game stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely one of the most substantial updates we have gotten in years. This thing is massive, it's an overhaul to a bunch of early game areas, and it fixes my biggest problem with Skyblock, which was that the early game simply was not fun. Now, there is finally stuff to look forward to if you are a new player. You no longer have to think about grinding for 400 hours in order to get to the ability to go to the endgame islands and do the endgame content, for there is now mid-game content and early game content that you can do after just a few hours of play. This stuff's incredible. It's probably the best update since at least the Crimson Isle, if not way before that. Definitely better than the Crystal Hollow update. I would probably rank it in between E-Man and the Dwarven Mines, personally. But yeah, that's really about it. My name is Derailious. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future, fellas, because I will see you then.